Okay, day 448 off the grid, and yeah, I'm about to light the coal range. It is not particularly cold this evening, in fact it's quite warm, but we are having ovenies. But more importantly, I've just installed the Black Knight chimney cowl and cleaned out the whole entire range, so I want to see how it goes. But I thought I'd film this.
Dad, I'm gonna be going in and out to check on the meter and then check on the smoke again.
Okay, well I'm going to light it now. Here it goes. Some of that wood's from the tree down by where the Salika is parked next to the house truck. I thought, what a commemorative time to light it. Oh, and this is the Featherston lighter too, when we went to the Cross Creek thing. There we go. The fire's lit. Well, we hope it's lit anyway. Let's make sure it's bloody well lit. Shut this door and go outside and see what's going to happen.
Check on the meter.
Yeah. It's a bit dark to see, but the smoke's coming out the Black Knight, and the Black Knight is pointed in the direction that the smoke is coming out, which means it's doing what it's meant to do. Actually, it looks quite evil, just with the sort of nearly dark on the camera there. I always thought Black Knights were evil when I was a kid.
Same. I think I've dreamed about them.
I remember my granddad talking about once considering whether he should get rid of his and get just a normal chimney cowl. I was, yeah, you should. But no. But we now know that evil is good.
Good is evil. And the Christmas.
Well, we know the Black Knights are good anyway. They're industrial, satanic mills. Right, I'm just finishing off the last of day 448 off the grid, and there's the Black Knight, of course, during the day up on the roof after 2 nights of burning. And here is the old chimney that was here, and this is what inspired me to get onto this so quickly. It's because when I went up to the roof to begin the chimney sweeping operation, I just kind of leaned on this, or just sort of tugged on it or something, and it started to come away. And look at this, rusted. For about last year, occasionally we were hearing bits of something fairly heavy falling down the chimney, and I always thought it was bits of masonry, but I know now that it was bits of metal that had rusted off this, the bottom of this, and fallen down, because I've got those bits of metal. And yeah, so rusted out. I think if we'd left this up during this winter, it probably would have blown down, because this was ready to go. And this is what happens when you get tradesmen in to do jobs and they charge you a lot of money, and they don't sort of provide the care and sort of quality that you would expect to get from your money, especially if they think that you yourselves are a bit rough. They think that's just an excuse to do a rough job and basically rip you off. We didn't pay for this tradesman, Baffy's dad did. Poppy paid for the tradesman. And in fact, when the tradesman came around, he just assumed by the look of us that we were in fact tenants in this house, and Poppy was actually our landlord, which of course wasn't the case. It was just a, father-in-law, as it were, helping out his daughter and son-in-law, with getting their house going by paying for upgrading the chimney pot and commissioning that work. So this guy did a really shoddy job, and I mean, what are his mistakes? For a start, he's used probably something that was just lying around. I mean, the top of it's made of nice stainless steel, but this is made from galvanized steel, and you can't use galvanized steel where there's an actual fire burning and heat, because the galvanization boils off and then you're just left with steel, which rusts in no time. You can see that's actually happened up here. So if that hadn't gone, this would have eventually gone. But the reason why this part here has gone so fast is because this was the bit set on the top of the chimney in concrete and cement. So what's happened is the cement has just attacked the metal and rusted it out really, really fast. This piece here is not intended for the flue gases to actually go through at all. This is supposed to just be the outer covering, because you're supposed to have an internal flue pipe which actually goes up through the middle of here that connects with this. In fact, we might be able to see that. Oh, it's just falling apart, eh? Oh, well, you can't really see it, bugger, whatever. But anyway, so, and this here at best is supposed to be an air intake. So if you had this pipe going all the way down to your fireplace, you would have on the outside, you would have air being sucked in. Well, our coal range doesn't work like that anyway. So what this guy does is he just cements it on the top of the chimney, so all the flue gases, all the smoke and heat and everything is going straight through this piece. And of course when it gets to here, there's a constriction which goes from whatever gauge this is, it's about 12 inches down to about 6.5. But this under here is actually open, because this would have been a vent. It's not meant to be part of the chimney system. It's open, so of course a good proportion of the smoke actually came out here, which probably didn't help the drawer, and it looked really arse. So yeah, that's all gone now. That's all gone. This piece here is part of the original cowl, and as you can see up there underneath the Black Knight is the original, what was supposed to be the cowl, which just tops off this piece we've just been looking at. But I've actually used that as the base, and then I've fitted the Black Knight on top. Now at least it's all stainless steel now, you know, so things are better in that regard. I'm not sure what the cement will do with the stainless steel, but you know, I mean, I didn't pay someone $500 to do that, I did it myself, you know. So basically this $500 worth of work ends up being some scrap metal, which we could have picked up something like this from the Rusty Nail for about 20 bucks, you know. And a bag of cement which he chucked at the top of that chimney, you know. Yeah, tradesmen. Don't have a high opinion of them, really. And yeah, so, and how is my own work though? How's my own work? Well, the thing is on there really, really solid. It's not going to blow away. It's attached really, really well. I use this aluminium tape and some stainless steel cable ties in the end to ensure that it stayed on, and that's working really, really well. It doesn't overheat, it hasn't catch fire. Whoa. And of course I made the vane myself, because that didn't come in the auction. So I made the vane, put that on the top. We could probably make a better one, or hopefully get a proper one at some point. The proper ones are more stylish, than that, but it's quick and dirty. That is made of galvanised steel, but of course up the top there is no real heat. Last 2 nights has been shit nights for burning fires, because there's been pretty much zero wind and fairly low pressure on the barometer, so we haven't really been able to see the benefit of the Black Knight, because it only helps if there's a wind, because it turns into the wind and it creates a kind of a venturi to suck your smoke out in the direction of the wind. Like right now it would be great. I'm still contemplating whether I need to extend the height of that flue pipe up maybe another metre or 2, because of course the higher you put the pipe the better draw you get, and you're probably up in a better wind flow. I think it may be a bit low, so I may improve that, because I really want the coal range to draw a lot better than it is, and to be honest, the Black Knight hasn't made any noticeable improvement yet. I mean, it hasn't made things worse, and now at least the rain can't get down the chimney, and now at least all the components up there are stainless steel, but I still think we may be able to improve things more by extending the height of that little bit of flue pipe above the top of the chimney, so it'll be a lot higher than the other one. Yeah, but I think that's enough rabbiting on about what I've done with the Black Knight. And yeah, that was on day 448 off the grid.